Hello, welcome to episode 8 of 500 Today. My name is Craig. I am your host as we talk about all things Indianapolis 500 leading up to the 106th running, which is Memorial Day weekend on that Sunday. It is Thursday, May 19th. We're late in the evening. As you can see, the sun is coming through. That was not the case about an hour ago. We are about 2 hours now since the track is closed. Right when it closed, massive storms came through the west side. Thankfully, the storms were pushed back all day and they came after the track was closed. So a full day of practice. And now tomorrow's Fast Friday. It's one of the best days at the track. They ramp up the RPMs. We ramp up the speed. The teams have to find that challenge of, okay, there's clear track, get out there and run simulation qualifying runs. Tomorrow is when we're going to really get a good feel as to who can legitimately run for the pole. The qualifying placement, I guess is what we say, and really how the starting grid will look. Kind of get a good feel tomorrow. We're going to talk about today first. Takuma Sato, Scott Dixon again at the top of the leaderboard. 2 full days of practice. Takuma Sato and Scott Dixon are at the top again. They're both super fast. Takuma Sato, the second day in a row, 227.5. The 2-time Indy 500 winner is just the fastest one out there. Scott Dixon, 227.3, is in second place. Sato says they're not exactly thrilled with the car in a big pack, but they are enjoying some speed. So he can't be too frustrated. But really what he's saying is that the car is not really handling how he wants it to. So we'll see how that continues to work. David Malukas, his teammate at Dale Coyne Racing, was third at 226.8. 2011 Indy 500 Rookie of the Year, J.R. Hildebrandt with A.J. Foyt Racing in fourth at 226.8. And Jimmy Johnson was in fifth. Jimmy Johnson continues to be impressive. Jimmy Johnson and Connor Daly are my 2 picks for the pole. I just think that Jimmy Johnson's experience with Ganassi is going to put him at the top, and obviously we've seen him 2 days in a row in that top 10. I think Connor Daly is going to have a rocket ship with Ed Carpenter Racing. Ed Carpenter Racing always is strong, and I think he's the one to put it on the pole. The weather was really questioned all afternoon, but the storms got pushed back, as we talked about. The weather will be on the mind tomorrow as the air temperatures in the mid to high 80s with wind 15 to 25 mile an hour winds will create some tricky conditions. Speeds will also climb, as we mentioned, for the Fast Friday, which is the last full day of practice before the qualifying. Because the turbocharged boost levels are increased, adding an estimated 90 horsepower to the Chevy and Honda engines. Will Power set the fastest driver Thursday without a tow, reaching 224.3, and the number 12 Verizon Team Penske car. Rinus VeeKay and his boss Ed Carpenter continue to show strength while running solo. Ended up second and third with the no tow list. And let's see. 224.0 and 223.8. 33 drivers combined to turn 3,114 incident laps today. Johnson turned in 153, which is the lead. So Jimmy Johnson getting that experience for his trip around his inaugural Indianapolis 500. Okay, so we are doing this show on the west side of Indianapolis, 7 miles from the track, because my credential request was denied, which is fine. So we're going to do the show inside here. I only say this because not being at the track every day, I monitor it on the app, I listen to the radio, I try to follow everything on the Twitterverse. I totally missed the update for qualifying. And that's on me. I should have had that information, especially if I'm bringing you a show for information. But that was something that I know had, now that I'm researching and looking into this, around the track on Tuesday, that was kind of the thing that kind of spread like wildfire with the updated qualifying. This is my first seeing this, and it's on me for not looking at it or talking about it, but this is ridiculous. This is absolutely one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I love the 500 and I love the Speedway, but why are we tinkering all the time? We can't just say here and go. It's got to be tinkering and confusion. And so now let's talk about this. Saturday is the easy day. 13 through 33, your spots are locked in. High five, go and relax, get that car into race setup. And 1 through 12, you still got your work cut out for you. 1 through 12 will come back on Sunday, and they will requalify from 12 to 1st. 1st through 6th get to now go back. The car gets locked up, and you get to work on it for 5 minutes. Then you need to come back out, followed by the pace car, run 2 laps at 100 miles an hour to try to get more air into your system of the car. Then you go line up 6 to 1 for one kamikaze style attempt to put it on the pole. Do you remember last year where there were all these issues with these engines overheating and running hot? And Chevrolet already has admitted that theirs run hot. So IndyCar's saying, well, there's electrical fans that can cool them off and all this stuff. And maybe it's not an issue. Maybe it's not. And after you go out and run those 2 pace laps, you can put new tires on, adjust your gas, everything like that. So you get a fresh set of tires. But why is this so confusing? I understand it's for TV, and I understand we want to make everybody all worried and fill this with drama. But like, why can't you just go 13 through 33 on Saturday and 1 through 12 come back Sunday? And you basically say, and both days you get 3 attempts. That's been the rule here for a million years. You get 3 attempts a day. On Sunday, 1 through 12, each car gets 3 attempts to put it on the pole. Starting at noon, at 3 o'clock the gun goes off and we're done qualifying. Then from 3 to 6, then you can go and race setup. Practice for a little bit. This is just confusing. It's unnecessary. I hope to God one of these cars in the top 12 doesn't put it in the wall and really damage the car or the track, because then the timing will be all messed up. Or if you're in the final 6 and you're going absolutely balls to the wall to make that thing stick on that 4th turn going into turn 1 and that rear end comes back, I hope that doesn't happen, because this is setting this up to be very, very confusing, dangerous, challenging. I know that we want these drivers at the edge all the time, and we always want to push them. This just makes no sense to me. It makes 0 sense why we're doing this. 13 through 33 on Saturday, 1 through 12. The next day, 1 through 12, go and actually go to put it on the pole. Maybe if you qualify 12th and you know that's where you're going to be, you just pack it up and say, I'm ready for 3 o'clock. I just don't understand why this is so confusing. And this is me going on a rant. This is me frustrated because it changes all the time. I'm not trying to be like an old school Indy 500 diehard that says don't ever change and don't ever adjust. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying make this simple. Make this simple and make it where it's interesting and fun and challenging, but don't make it just a season-ending event that's just crazy. It just sounds crazy to me. But anyway, I'm going to get off my tangent. We're not going to go negative here because this is the greatest spectacle in racing. Tomorrow is Friday, which is one of the best days of the year. We're ramping up the horsepower. We're ramping up the speeds. I can't wait to see how fast we're going. The question is, Takuma Sato, was he fast by himself as he is racing? Is Scott Dixon going to be up there? Ed Carpenter is racing his 2nd and 3rd without a toe, or they is creeping. But again, my picks: Jimmy Johnson, Takuma Sato. Tomorrow's Fast Friday. I cannot wait to talk to you guys. It might be a little bit later, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to break down the speeds today. A lot of the speeds were similar to what we saw on Tuesday, so that's why we're not going line by line. A lot of the normal players are up at the top, like they were before. But Jimmy Johnson continues to be impressive. Scott Dixon, Takuma Sato, and I can't wait. It's going to be great, even though qualifying is going to be challenging and frustrating, and it's just one of those things where you kind of hope that the engines don't screw up and you hope that everything goes well, fingers crossed. It always ends up working out in the long run. So the track is magical and the track is fantastic, and I can't wait to be out there. I have not been out there yet. I don't know when I will. I'm really wanted to try to get a credential this year so I can at least be there and bring you guys some of the stories going on. That's why I feel guilty, because I feel like I missed the qualifying story, so I'm sorry. I need to not use that as an excuse and just make sure that I'm passing on all the information that I can find. Twitter is a fantastic outlet. Everything's on the app with IndyCar, and Racer Magazine does a great job of being out there. But I'm going to try to do a better job of bringing you information. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know. Comment below. Who do you think is going to be fastest on Fast Friday, and who's going to get the pole? Take care.